The streamings of so many peoples. Anyway, welcome to Cooking Videos with Dave 95. We started a little later than what I wanted to do, but of course, as you know, if you follow me, I have cooked a shit ton of food. And, yeah, basically the whole premise of tonight is going to be burgers. Along with other things. I don't want to say it's going to be totally be with burgers. But the vast majority of it probably, I think that's the vast majority of the videos I have lined up. Anyway, let's get with sandwich horror.
Hungry? Want me to make you a snack?
Okay. Why didn't you add the chipotle peppers? What, because your boyfriend's too much of a fucking pussy to actually take them? Are you gonna melt the cheese, or what? Looks like you are. Okay, some freshly diced onions.
Perfect. Here you go. Hey,
Sorry, not good enough. I want some chipotle rings. Here's a bacon cheeseburger.
The new Dell AI PC, built for AI. It's like a trusted personal assistant.
Barbecue.
All right,
whatever the fuck this is.
Today in the Rolling Acres chapter, we're going to do up what they call garbage bread. Garbage bread is pretty popular. It's an Italian-American type dish, and basically it's garbage bread because you're just going to use leftovers to make something. So today, you know, we had a picnic and we had leftover burgers. We had, you know, just different condiments that were, you know, we looked at and said, you know, what are we going to do with it? So we said, hey, this is a good idea. Maybe we'll make a barbecue bacon burger garbage bread. So what we got here is we make our own, we raise our own yeast. So we got some sourdough.
A burger is a meat patties between buns. A patty melt is beef patties between two slices of bread. What the difference is, I don't fucking know. What you call burgers between bagels and English muffins, I don't know the first damn clue.
Some flour, diced pickles, shredded cheese, bacon. I know they say
salted pretzels.
leftover bacon. There's no such thing. But we got cheeseburgers, we got American cheese, we got sauteed onions, we got some barbecue sauce. Of course, we're going to use Almighty, the all-purpose seasoning, and top it with some sesame seed. Just, you know, because a burger on a sesame seed bun is good. So one of the great ideas about this garbage bread is, like, football season's coming up. You got other games, you know, it's just a little get together and you're looking for a quick appetizer that you could throw together, and it's real easy to do. So we're gonna get started. I don't think I'm gonna use all this bacon. We're just gonna start chopping stuff up. Because the idea of this garbage bread is, it's like not a calzone, but like a stromboli. So you're gonna lay out the dough, we're gonna layer it, we're gonna roll it up, and we're gonna put it.
So it's essentially a goddamn calzone.
In this Kamado on a pizza oven, around 400 degrees. No, the internal temperature's got to be around 200. But as we'll put this together, we'll come back and we'll start making the bread dough. Okay, once again, we make our own sourdough bread here. You can get any bread dough that you want. You can go to the supermarket. You can use whatever bread dough you want. I mean, you can use Pillsbury dough if you want to. You can. But right now we're gonna get some flour on this. We're gonna start spreading it out because we want to get it into like a rectangle.
You can buy it from most pizza places.
But you can buy this bread dough from your supermarket. You get pizza dough. You can, you know, do it your own. You can make your own. We make our own here. So I already got this one started. I'm gonna make sure I flour this up pretty good. And now we're gonna spread it out. You don't want to make it too big. It's got to be able to fit in the Kamado. So, first step, we're going to layer it with American cheese. Yeah,
dude, is American cheese not white? Dude, that
you guys know how to do this.
That cheese is just gonna fucking fall out the sides.
All right, we're gonna throw some of this shredded cheese down. So one thing you want to be really careful with when you're doing this is how much moisture you're adding to this. So you want to keep it on the drier side because the dough is going to have some more moisture. So we're just going to add a little bit of barbecue sauce here. Because you can't have a bacon cheeseburger without barbecue sauce, right? Well, you can, but... So now we're going to take some of this bacon that I chopped up. Like I said, we're going to layer this. This is going to be the first one. We got enough to make a second one here. The first one always comes out wrong, right? As they say. So we're going to do some pickles. Because you got to have pickles on your burger. Okay. And we got a burger. Which I basically took the cheeseburgers and I diced them up. Yeah, there's still more cheese in there. But can't ever have too much cheese, right? Oop, I dropped a few. All right, and then these onions. We're gonna sprinkle some of these sauteed onions on here. Because remember, we got to keep in mind how much moisture we're adding to this, because we don't want our dough to turn to mush. All right. And all-purpose, almighty. We're gonna put some on top. Not a lot. That's it. So now here comes the fun part. I got everything, right? Barbecue sauce. Yes. Now we gotta roll it up. Alright. Take these bottoms, fold them under like a bed sheet. Yeah. Just like this. Alright. That looking pretty good right there. So I'm going to take some of this bacon grease. It kind of solidified a little bit, but it's going to do what we want. You could use egg wash on this. You can just use regular oil. Figure we had some bacon.
Yeah.
Save the grease and use it. And then finally, there's a little bit of sesame seed. I got broke right here.
Oh, no, don't do the sesame seeds. I don't know. I'm not the biggest.
All right.
I don't mind them, but I'm not the biggest fan of them.
There we go. All right, we'll be back in a minute. We're gonna let this form up a little bit and like solidify just a little bit. And then we're gonna put this in the refrigerator for probably about 15 minutes, just so that everything inside holds together, because right now, as you can see, it's really loose.
At Wells Fargo, we get it. Carlo started his business to obsess over things like basting, butter basting, oil basting, egg wash basting.
All right, we've had this in the refrigerator for a little bit, not, I was gonna say about 15 minutes, maybe, okay. So now we got the Kamado set to 400 degrees. The reason why I'm using the Kamado is like every smoker you have, you use it for a different reason. This one I want to use for this is because this is ceramic. So this whole thing is heating up to the same temperature as the internal temperature. This is going to stay warm, so it's going to cook like an oven. So let's get, we got, so I got a pizza stone. It's been preheating, and we're just going to plop that right on there. So again, we're looking for an internal temperature of 100, and then you got to let it rest because the sourdough is going to still keep cooking. We're going to put a couple knife pockets in here because it'll expand, it'll open up, but you want this to breathe a little bit. So we're going to put a little...
Why?
There we go. That'll be good. So we're going to check it
Why
in
are you
15
doing
minutes.
this?
I know 15 minutes is a popular number today. 15 minutes, we'll come back, we'll take a look at it and see what we got. All right, we're going to attempt to take this one off. I don't think it's going to be a problem. But yeah, it looks pretty good, huh?
Okay, unless you weren't flipping it.
Like a piece of cake. Oh. That looks good, huh?
Got my barbecue shoes on. Gonna pull up some legs and get some barbecue action.
Here's the part where the pit master eats in front of you, and we don't apologize.
I don't know if he died, but
Very good.
it's pathetic. All right. Oh crap.
The kitchen, get ready.
All right, I don't know if this is AI powered or not, but
Let's go. It's Cooking with Jack. Put on a tasty show.
Hey guys, welcome to the show, Cooking with Jack show. Jack Scalfani here. Let's do a quick recap. Seafood pizza, not so good. Breakfast pizza, just okay. This is a viewer recipe. I have never tried it, okay? So, we
of
got the
course,
recipe.
the
The first
thought
day we
that
announced Pizza Month,
maybe you
I think
go
his
on
name
a
was
diet and
he said that his girlfriend and him make
to
this
get
all the time.
use to your fucking
Or
arm
was it his
again.
fiance? It sucks getting old. Anyway, they enjoyed this pizza. He shared it with me. I'm going to share it with you. We're going to see if it's any good. All right? Now, don't forget, the recipe is down below. All right? We got ground sausage. He uses turkey sausage. I use regular. Got some pre-cooked bacon we're going to cut up. Parmesan cheese. Chicken breasts.
You're not gonna cook that shit up. Your wife is gonna cut that shit up. Because again, you're not a whole man anymore. Now are you?
Alfredo sauce. Chopped spinach. Cheese for the pizza. Over here. Big old bag. Because we're going to be using it all month. Might as well.
Jack, do you think that you buy pre-shredded cheese in 10-pound bags? Do you think that's why you've had how many strokes you've had? Despite the fact that you're a piece of shit parent? And yes, you're a piece of shit parent. No, I don't give a damn that your son put hands on his stepmother. I don't fucking care. Yes, there are perfectly acceptable times when a man can put hands on a woman. I can give you at least 50 off the top of my drunken ass head. I hate you, Jack, more than I hate most people.
Okay, got the bell peppers. And we're also going to brush it with some butter with garlic. It's got black garlic on it. Okay?
The fact that you would let your son sleep out homeless one night just because he smoked pot? Yeah, go fuck yourself. And go fuck your God, Jesus. Yeah, I also have read the Bible too, Jack. Jesus wouldn't want you to do that. That'd have been a no in Sonny Jesus's book. But again, as an atheist, I generally know that book better than you.
Okay? We're going to melt that in a bit.
And yeah, I have a huge problem with Jack. Oh, there is a major problem. And it ain't just with Jack, it's with his fucking cunt wife Tammy. And yeah, her actual name is Tammy. I'm not making shit up.
And brush that onto the pizza.
Alright, so the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna brown up our meat.
If I've ever talked about hitting my nephew, it was when he was either A, a child like me, or B, well into the adult camp. So yeah, good job. Good job following along, jackass.
And then I'll meet you back at the island.
And the last time that I remember hitting my nephew as a child, I was 18 and felt horrible about it. And that wasn't me hitting him because he pissed me off or anything. That was a botched wrestling move. Because we were backyard wrestling at the time. That was a botched wrestling move. So, once again, good job. Good job, dipshit. Good job.
Okay?
I do have to admit, I do like a good Alfredo sauce as a base. Alright, so here's the dough. Yep, it's at room temperature. We have to
Okay, so it's a pre-bought dough.
microwave the butter first. Okay, guys, so first
What the hell was that in the butter?
thing I'm gonna do is brush the butter and garlic. I'm gonna mainly go around the perimeter so the crust is flavored.
Oh my god.
We're gonna lay down our
fucking
cheese. Put a base of cheese before you top it with cheese. Not a lot. There you go.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that same nephew is just fine with what happened and doesn't fucking care. And maybe he just like me to send you to the proverbial fiery pit forevermore. Jack, what the fuck is this? What is this? You have a pre-bought store crust. Oh my god. This is gonna be bad. Jesus, I don't even believe in you, but for God's sakes, Jesus, save me from this man's fucking shit.
And we got our bell peppers. Nah.
What? You, okay. What is this shit with the peppers? First off, even if by some miracle they don't bleed through with moisture, they're gonna rip all the cheese off your pizza slice the second you bite into them. Second, they're raw, so they're full of a bunch of fucking goddamn water, which will soak your crust. Third, peppers, green, red, whatever bell peppers, are usually diced, not strips, thicker and wider than goddamn Tammy Sitch's fucking pussy. Oh my god, what is this?
And we do our sausage.
Jack, just fucking admit you're a failure as a cook like you're a failure as a father. Actually, I think your failure as a father is far worse.
Then I believe it was bacon.
Again, everyone has seen you and your fucking cunt wife Tammy. And no, I don't give a fuck if you see this or not. Your wife is a fucking cunt that should be cut off. She destroyed your relationship with your eldest son all because of Sonny fucking Jesus. When Sonny fucking Jesus, if you actually bothered to read the damn Bible, didn't give a flying fuck about pot. Didn't give a shit. But no, your southern fat fucking wife had an issue with it. And you chose her over your son. You're a piece of shit. Oh, and by the way, if I was your dad or if I was your brother, I would have instantly taken my nephew or grandson in and told you why. And told you why you need to leave your stupid, dumb, cunt wife. That's what would have happened. You're lucky we're not related, Jack.
I don't think he's going to get angry at me for putting the wrong order down.
I'm already angry for you for many other reasons.
Then there was going to be some spinach.
Namely, you try to be a moral person and you're anything but. You are the farthest thing from a moral person. And that's why, even though, like, August the Duck won't cover you anymore, and a lot of other channels won't cover you anymore, because you're basically crippled, I will. Because you're not a good person. You're a piece of shit. Again, you still do not have anything to do with your eldest son because he smokes pot. All because of your stupid fucking cunt wife. And no, Jack, I really don't give a fuck if you see this. Anyone that hates me in the chat, feel fucking free to send this to him. Feel fucking free. The closest thing I have to sons are nephews. And one of them, well, actually, two of them I know for a fact. Both of them actually I know for a fact smoke pot. Yeah, that isn't going to get me to turn my back on them. I've drank with at least one of them. I can't remember if I ever drank with the other one, the younger one. Yeah, who gives a shit? For me to turn my back on him and leave him alone, and it would actually require them doing a crime. And not a crime that I could be cool with.
Some spinach on here.
But no, you're a piece of shit. You're lucky I'm not your damn brother. You're fucking lucky. And also, if we did share the same parents, they would have done the exact same thing your fucking parents did with their grandson. Which is take him in. So fuck you. I'm sorry, but no, a lot of people have stopped covering him because, well, he's crippled, well, he's this. No, he is still a piece of shit. Maybe when he dies, I might back off. But until then, no, he's still a piece of shit.
I probably should have grabbed the leaf spinach. It would have laid down nicer. We're going to do some Parmesan cheese right here.
You said I should have grabbed the leaf spinach. It would have laid down nicer. Unless that spinach was cooked, which I hope to Christ it was. A, why the fuck would you keep it together in the whole bunch? And two, if it wasn't, that means the spinach is rotten. I mean, I know you can take raw chicken, but Jesus.
Now we're going to do chicken. Take your chicken breast.
Oh my God.
Take the chunks. Let's top it with cheese. You know, I forgot to film me adding Alfredo. We're going to put a little bit extra on top. I have no idea why, guys, but it needs lots of pepper. They didn't say put pepper, but I'm adding it anyway. Okay, this is a mess. I piled on so much stuff. It's going to be hard to cut.
It looks like shit.
It'll be fun. That's the way pizza should look. Pay attention. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that looks good. So let's get it up to cool off, then we'll cut into it. Okay. Hey guys, so I probably put on a little bit too much topping, but the crust.
You put a little too much topping? Yeah, no shit.
Crust blew up too.
No fucking shit. Kind of like, you know, your overwhelming failure as a father, overwhelming failure as a husband, overwhelming failure at pretty much everything. Yeah, that. What about that? Especially your overwhelming failure as a father. And your overwhelming inability to actually stand up to your stupid fucking cunt wife named Tammy. How about that? You know, Jack, I don't know how many years you have left. And look, I don't wish anything ill upon you. But I'm just looking at reality. Don't you want to make up with your fucking eldest son before your time to possibly meet Sonny Jesus comes? You're going to have to make a choice. Your stupid fucking cunt wife wanted your eldest son out of the picture because, again, she's a stupid fucking cunt. Yes, women do not like previous children of the man. Yeah, this is a thing. Why are there so many single moms? One of the big reasons is the man's new chick doesn't like his kids. And because most men are fucking pussies, like, oh, you never put your hands on a woman. Bullshit! I can think of 10 reasons, dead ass sober, of why you'd put your hands on a woman. 15 if you give me 3 beers. But oh no, you never put your hands on a woman. Bullshit. No, your stupid fucking cunt wife didn't like the fact that you had a child with another woman and she wanted to remove him by any means necessary. And the fact that you brought in to Sonny Jesus's cum Kool-Aid, you believed it. And you castigated him and threw him out. Because he had the crime of smoking pot, which is a God-given herb. Saved by Noah. So, yeah, I think pot's a holy herb. Is it not, you dumb fat fuck? All right, that's where I'm done with this. We have this from Kent Rollins.
To get more than just savings with Geico, every customer gets 24/7 fast-friendly claim support.
Could I get a picture?
Yeah, it's not like you run into animal celebrity.
Oh no, Jack was divorced. The son in question that I bring up was from his first marriage. And then he started a relationship with the ultra Christian cunt Tammy. This is why I have not given a rat's ass about Jack being a cripple, Jack being having strokes, Jack any of this shit until he takes his final breath. I don't care. He's a piece of shit father who chose his wife over his son. And no man should do that. So says me.
Every day.
Stop! It's just a pug! Stop!
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
If it comes down to a situation with the birth the birth father, the birth mother, and the son, that's another matter. Depends on what it is. But if it's a stepmom, fuck her. And Jack should have had the ability to say, well, Tammy, you dumb cunt, he's my son. I don't really give a shit if he's smoking pot or not. Fuck off and fuck you. If you don't like it, leave.
Pizza Hut, yeah. Yeah, I'd like to order a pizza. What? You don't deliver to camp? Well, folks, we didn't need them to deliver anyway. I'm talking about the best pizza crust ever. We're going to show you how to put it together with a homemade sauce. Come on.
No, it wouldn't be much different if he was a widower. I'd still say fuck you. But at least it would align with his supposed new Christian values of till death do us part.
Hey, thank y'all for stopping by camp on a beautiful day it is. And let me tell you, if you're a first-time viewer, hey, let me open them arms. We just welcome you in here. This
I'm actually not divorced.
is a place to where we can all come and just share some laughter, talk about some food, some good times, because we cover it all. Cooking outside, converting all them outsides to inside in the oven. But folks, just come on in, grab a chair, sit down. This is a place where we can relax. So what?
I hope he doesn't give his dog everything he cooks, because some of the shit he cooks will kill a dog.
What are we talking about today? Pizza.
Delicious.
Shan is the connoisseur of all pizzas, and she does love a pizza.
I do.
Now, folks, I'm going to tell you right now, I know that pizza is about the crust. That's what it's all about to me. Not so much the toppings, but I ain't getting crazy, Shan. I ain't going out there and putting a bunch of vegetables on something. We're going to cover mine up with meat, we are here in a minute. But folks, I'm talking about the best crust ever. It's really easy, takes a little time, but it's so much worth the effort. Now, folks, we're going to be putting 2 of them together today. This recipe will make 4. But you can put them in the icebox, them other 2 to share with friends. And we're making my ever popular, oh, I love it so much, Meat Lovers Pizza. But Shanna's here. Yes, she is, and I love her so much I do. And she wants a margarita pizza. I ain't got no tequila.
Oh, no! No tequila! Well, that isn't actually a margarita pizza, but I don't know how the hell it got that name, but...
But she said it's not like that. It is tomato and basil. Ooh, it does look pretty. It does smell good. So let's get started with this crust. Now, the first thing we're going to have to work on is we're going to need 1 1/3 cups of warm water. Always check the date wherever it is, somewhere here, and then get your magnifying glasses out. This says expires November 39th, 2054. So I know this is some really good stuff. So we're going to use 2 packets. Yep, you heard me. Now, folks, I got to give a little shout out here to my good friend Joe Jones, because he is the pizza king over in Wellington, Texas. He is, and he makes some of that best crust. He let me borrow some of his ideals for this pizza, but I sort of changed it up a little. I'm adding more yeast, and we're doing a longer rise. So yeast first, then we're going to go some sugar, okay? About 2 teaspoons, which is about that much. Stir this up really well.
What is the water temperature?
Proofing the yeast is make sure that the yeast is active, that it is good, that it's going to do its job and get that rising to go and make that dough bloom. I mean, just get bigger and bigger. Going to see a little bubbling and little stuff fermenting there and coming up, and it's just going to sort of start to
So we got some
grow just a little in there by bubbles. Ever so gently, we're going to set this right here, and we're going to get 4 cups of all-purpose flour. Now, the recipe will tell you 4 to 5 cups, and you're going to need that last cup for sprinkling as we go along making this. But we got our flour here, and you notice this salt is out here. Never put salt in there with that yeast and sugar, because it's just going to defeat our purpose. Now we're going to put about 2 teaspoons in there, which is that much. I love me some onion powder, and we're going to go and use about a tablespoon, which is that much. Because
Sure.
You don't have to be a VIP to get more than just savings with Geico. Every customer gets 24/7 fast-friendly claim support.
Could I get a picture?
Yeah, it's not like you run into animal celebrities every day.
Stop! It's just a pug! Done!
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
I had burgers tonight.
Yes, I am sure. I had a guy not long ago and say, oh no, Ken has done broke down and used a measuring spoon. One of them videos I did, so I'm going back to the old ways. Italian seasoning. Now we're going to use 2 tablespoons. So we got our dry in here. I need you to go ahead and mix all that together. And folks, I ain't telling you, you can't be adding like some garlic powder in here, any kind of everything you might want, some red pepper flakes, whatever you need, mix it on in here. But make sure you got that onion powder and that Italian seasoning in there. Our yeast did proof. You seen it bubble up there, you did. And we're gonna give it a little whisking around. Make you a little whale there in the bottom. Go ahead and pour it right on in there. And it's already smelling like pizza to me. That is gonna be some goodness. To that, 1/3 of a cup of olive oil. Y'all remember her? Popeye's girlfriend she was. Great person. Now then, we're gonna stir. And I just...
No, she wasn't. She caused Papa to get in fights every fucking day with Bluto. Because she was too much of a dumb slut to not realize what no means no.
just want you to get all this incorporated, and then we're going to get our hands in it.
Yes, I am
we're
victim blaming olive oil.
Make some dough. We sure are. You might flour your hands just a tad, then just go to working it to where we can form all this into some type of a round figure, not a trapezoid. So, let me get rid of this somewhere. Get you a, and this is where it is very important. Folks, we're gonna need this for 10 minutes. Yep, you heard me right. That's what makes a great pizza dough. Now, when you keep working this, I want you to stretch it, roll it back. Stretch it, roll it back. We have kneaded for 10 minutes. My arthritis and my shoulders see. And you can see, you don't want that too sticky. It is just right. We didn't have to add hardly much flour back to our board. But I want you to just make it sort of in one of them mushroom dome-like shapes. Grease that same bowl you took it out of. That way you don't have to wash so many dishes. And I like to rub me a little coating on here just on the top. And I'm not telling everybody that, but I'm telling y'all. So we got her in the bowl. I want you to cover it. Now, I like to let it rise 4. You can do this for 3. It is going to come to the top. I mean, going to be plumb full. Then I want you to take it out, punch it down, and I want you to knead it. I need you to take it and just take your hands and just roll it. Stretch that dough on top because we need that right here at the last. Just keep stretching it, rolling it around, sort of like you're forming a mushroom, but just keep pulling it towards the bottom. Then we're going to place it back in that bowl. Cover it, we're going to let it go 1 more hour. And whoo, folks, look what happens after 1 more hour. I'm talking goodness. Now it rose like this and nearly pushed the plastic off. Flour your surface again. Make sure you got some on everybody. Take the edge of that bowl and just pull it just a tad, and it ought to dump right out of there. Well, what do you think there? I think it's mighty pretty, I do. Now I'm going to show you a little tip or a trick or whatever. Before we cut that into 4 equal pieces, I need you to grease your cutting device. And I just want you to slice it down through here. Turn it around here and slice it again.
Never thought of doing that with my knife that I cut dough with.
And you can see as it sort of spreads apart there, it is growing. It'll continue to grow a little. Now, if you want, at this point, you can cover it with this bowl. This is just a trick I'm going to show you, and you can let it set for a little while. It'll even get bigger. I'm going to put these other 2 in a baggie, and I'm going to put them in the refrigerator. Now, when you refrigerate this stuff and you get ready to use it again, you need to bring it out and let it come to room temperature before you go to kneading it and working it again. So I just need you to go to mashing and just try to mash to where you're getting in a circle. Now you can use a rolling pin, but All them true pizza people will be throwing it up in the air now, but they don't do that in Oklahoma. You know why? Wind to catch it and it'll be gone. We won't know where it's at.
Any questions?
How did you become the Capital One Bank guy?
I've always been passionate.
So we're gonna fold this over. We're gonna grease our Dutch oven really well, come up the sides, bottom, everywhere. And then I just want you to pick your dough up ever so gingerly, fold it back over, maneuver your crust around without tearing the bottom up. Hey, we ain't using none of that Hunt's tomato can stuff neither. We're gonna make our own, because that's what you do when you're making homemade pizza. Well, look here what it say. Stewed tomatoes. Hey, and they got some juice in them. I want you to drain about half of that off there. I want you just to mash them maters up. And you can see we're still a little soupy.
Sorry, I'd rather just put it through the food processor.
But we're gonna run it through a screen here in a minute and get some of that out of there. Well, you can see I run that through the colander there and got most of that juice out of there. But when you mash it up again, you see that consistency that we're after.
Alright, there's one other video I wanted to do, because I'm coming to the end of this. I know I'm coming to the end of this.
Back to Chud's Barbecue. My name is Bradley Robinson, and today I'm going to show you how I made this. Beautiful, delicious, beefy, smoky, scratch-made.
I really have to pay. Oh yeah, I can't actually, turn the lesbians on with this one. Give me a second.
Plump, amazing beef taco sausage turned into a beef taco sausage taco. Coming up.
A beef taco sausage taco. Okay.
This is some meat. patted dry. And what I got here is a couple of chunks of some brisket lean. Pick these up at the grocery store. They are USDA Select, so very little intramuscular fat, which should work out perfectly for making some beef sausage. Because today we're going to be making a beef taco sausage, where essentially we're going to take all the same flavors from one of those taco seasoning packs you get at the grocery store, but in proper sausage making ratios, and make an all beef sausage, and probably throw some cheddar cheese in there too, because that sounds pretty tasty to me. And then we might go ahead and make some flour tortillas and make a sausage wrap out of it too, because that sounds like a pretty tasty bite. But first things first, we're going to go ahead and get this all cubed up so it's in more manageable size pieces.
Well, keep in mind last night, Iron Gullet threatened to have me fired from my job, which, good luck.
Pieces for fitting down the old meat grinder. And I'm also going to go ahead and trim up some of this silver skin on the back side, as well as taking this fat cap off the top. That way we can dial in a perfect 70-30 meat to fat ratio. And then we can go ahead and get this cubed up. Little 1-inch cubes is what I usually do because that's what fits down my meat grinder. But if you got a more powerful grinder, you could probably just leave it in strip form like this. But the smaller chunks also get a lot colder, a lot quicker in the freezer, which is always an important step when grinding meat. And just like that, all cubed up, I got 3.5 pounds of lean brisket trim, as well as 1.5 pounds of some hard brisket fat from the back of a brisket that I had in the freezer. Speaking of which, back into the freezer, this goes for about 30 to 45 minutes to get nice and cold.
Yeah,
I think
if you are going to grind your own meat, put it in the freezer for about 30 minutes to maybe an hour. You want it just starting to crystallize.
My grandparents.
And the reason is because the friction of the grinder creates so much heat that, you know.
Were just very resilient. They both dropped out of high.
Spices for our sausage include some yellow corn moss. This is going to be our binder today, and I've never actually tried this before, but my buddy Cole over at Leroy & Lewis says he's done it a few times, so I want to try it out. And it makes
I never talked bad about Charlie Kirk. I said there were massive disagreements between me and him. But I also said I wanted to have those disagreements met in the arena of ideas. Not him getting shot in the fucking neck. There's a difference.
Makes sense for a taco sausage because this is what they make corn tortillas out of. But to that, we're going to go in with some kosher salt, some black pepper, granulated garlic, granulated onion, some ancho chili powder, some cumin, some paprika, some crushed red pepper, as well as some Mexican oregano. And get that all mixed up. And now that the meat is nice and cold, through the meat grinder we go. Got the coarse dye on there, and we're going to go through it one time. Beautiful, nice clean grind on that, looking nice and pebbly and nice and fatty, but not too fatty. So now we go in with all of our spices and start getting that mixed in. Smells like a taco already. And then in with our liquid. Today I'm going with some homemade smoky gelatinous beef stock, which should add some really good richness and more intense beefy flavor. And I put stocks in sausages many times, but honestly it's been a while, so getting back to my roots. But I think that gelatin content should give some really good texture to this sausage while making sure everything is nicely hydrated. And we're gonna go ahead and mix this up for a good 4 or 5 minutes until it is nice and tacky. And after a few minutes of mixing and it's looking nice and sticky and nice and tacky, in we go with our cheddar cheese. I'm going in with high temp cheddar cheese, mostly because it's already cubed up and it's what I got on hand. And I like how it doesn't melt out of the sausage when it's cooked. And you can get it at ChudsBarbecue.com. But we're gonna go ahead.
Exactly, high temperature, high heat cheese. If you want to have cheese in your burger when it's done, you need high heat cheese. And yes, it's as processed as you think it is.
And mix this in and kind of fold this all together until all the cheese is evenly dispersed. Beautiful.
Excuse me, I have to ban someone.
Going on with some natural hog casings today. These are the 29 to 32 millimeter hog casings. Pick them up also at ChudsBarbecue.com. tie it off. Snip, la tip. And now we case away. Going for some pretty regular sized weens today. Something like that. Give that a little twist. And repeat the process. I will say these feel a little bit different with the masa in there. It's much more absorbent, at least right off the bat, than a lot of other binders I've used. And I forgot to film it. I tried, but my remote failed. But I did add a little bit more beef stock. Usually I do 10%. For this one, I did 15%. Just because it was feeling a little bit dry when I was mixing it up. So we'll see if it works out. Twisty, twisty, link, link, and repeat. And just like that, all cased up, looking absolutely beautiful and nice and plump. So now into the fridge these go overnight. And per usual with a fresh sausage like this, you don't have to let it rest overnight because there's no pink curing salt in there, but it's still a good idea to help dry out these casings, dry out the little snips between each link so we can cut them apart without the ends blowing out when we try to cook them, as well as letting the salt work on the meat, letting the meat bind together, and let all those spices hydrate. So in the fridge this goes uncovered on a wire rack just like this, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. And after a long overnight rest in the fridge, out these come, and they are looking absolutely perfect. Definitely plumped up a little bit, feeling nice and firm. Color changed, darkened up a bit, and the casings are looking nice and dry. So now we can go ahead and snip them all apart. And just like that, we've got ourselves Cheesy Taco Sausage Mountain. Beautiful. So now all we gotta do is get some smoke on these, so let's go ahead and fire up the pit. If that fire doesn't catch, I'll know it's because of that pesky little snake in my boot. And on the pit we go. Gonna go in with this wire rack to make sure everything stays nice and clean and start filling it full of wieners. And these are feeling very plump, and I'm just now thinking about it, and it's probably because I put that super gelatinous beef stock in there. That was room temp when I mixed it in, but turns into gelatin when it's cold, so that's probably why these are feeling so firm. And hopefully everything goes according to plan. I've never made a masa sausage before, and it's been a long time since I put a gelatinous stock in there as well, so hopefully it all works out. And just like that, all loaded on, we got a nice smoky fire built in there with a small bed of charcoal and one dense log. And that should give us some nice low and slow heavy smoke for a good couple hours. Because again, there's no curing these sausages, but I still want to get some good smoke and color on them. So we'll probably give them some nice low and slow smoke for probably about 2 hours, hovering around the 150, 200 mark, which should get these cooked through to 150 degrees while maintaining some nice smoky flavor and color. So we'll check back in on these in a couple hours. And while we wait for those wieners to smoke away, let's go ahead and knock out some beef fat flour tortillas. Starting by going into the food processor with some flour, some baking powder, and some kosher salt. And get that all mixed up. And then in with some Wagyu beef tallow, or lard, or butter, or shortening, or whatever you like. But this is a beef sausage, so tallow just seems like the right move. And get that cut in. And then we're gonna stream in our water. Nice and slowly. And once the dough ball forms, we're gonna let that knead around in there for a couple minutes until everything's pulling away nice and clean from the sides of the bowl.
What the hell is he doing?
And then out it comes.
Known for creating memories. No one wants to be known for cancer, but a treatment can be.
Get that out of there. Remove the blade and form this into a nice ball. Generates a lot of heat in that thing, tell you what. But a beautiful, smooth, supple ball of dough. Completely optional at this stage, but I got some time to kill, so I'm gonna let this kind of auto-lyse and rest on the counter here for probably about 20 minutes. And after resting down, we can go ahead and portion this out into some 30-gram balls. And once all portioned out, we can go ahead and tuck all the seams to the underside, forming a nice smooth topped ball. And give the old table roll to make sure it is nice and tight, like that. And now we repeat. And once nicely rolled out, I'm gonna cover these up and let them rest for another 20-30 minutes until it's time to get them pressed out.
I just don't care. You know what? I'm crashing out. I'm gonna go play video games now. Good night, everybody.